Hey guys, yep, Light here. It's the name that I use in New Zealand. Yeah, so I got COVID recently. So I've been self-quarantining, just sitting at home and yeah, this is the living room of the place, of the house that I've been staying in. And I was just looking at my shoes on the rack. So Krista and I, we populated that one. And looking back, I think shoes tell quite an interesting story. You know, I only came with I think 3 shoes, yeah. But I have about like 8 or 9 now. So I brought this Adidas Boost, which was given by my brother, my second brother, my Yiko, to me. Used it Adidas Energy Boost. I used it to run a marathon once. And this Teva Sandals, yeah, really ripped up, and the high-tech boots, yeah, which my dad bought for me. So I kind of remember having my first pair of shoes back in high school. That was really special. Was a Mizuno, yeah, Mizuno Wave. It was quite pricey at that time, but my dad still bought it for me. I think it was about like probably $200 or $300, and you know that amount for to spend $100, 100 ringgit more than that for a shoe is quite ridiculous to me last time. But yeah, I think a dad does what a dad does and just gets what the son wants. And it's reasonable, of course. And also my family, I think my brother, yeah, they like shoes too, so they got quite good shoes in the house when I was growing up. I remember Brooks with liquid gel pocket inside, Asics shoes. I had one pair of really nice blue Asics that got stolen when I was in Kingfisher last time. I left it outside the house by mistake. Normally shoes don't go missing, but yeah, that's what happened in Sabah. So yeah, growing up, I was in athletics, so having a good pair of running shoes was, you go through it quite fast. So we have Brooks and Reebok Brooks, Mizuno, and they would last me for about a year or half a year and a half at most. And yeah, before the sole starts falling out and you have to patch back the pieces with glue, with with shoe glue. Yeah, just put it on both sides and wait for it to partially dry and stick it together. I got really good at doing that. And yeah, I would wear one pair of shoes for every single sport, right? Like I thought that I just need one shoe. I don't need to buy different things for different sports. So I would wear it for running, for volleyball, for basketball, for any sport, badminton that you could think of, for frisbee. And then later, I think when I was going to university, that's when I got really involved with frisbee, and I was still using my running shoe at the time for everything. I sprained my ankle really badly in a basketball game, right? We had this inter what's it called? Inter-program basketball competition. And I think I was wearing some really high-heeled running shoe. And what happened was that I landed on someone's foot after I did a rebound, and my ankle just twisted. Yeah, just cracked, and I was out of sports for a few months. Yeah. Jeremiah, he tried to massage my leg at the time, and yeah, normally he does very good massages, but yeah, it just didn't heal, and yeah, I just couldn't play frisbee or anything for a few months. And I think from that time on, then I started to look into different shoes, for different sports. Yeah, I never got into basketball shoes, because I think running shoes were still good for that. They were light enough. And later on, Krista got me badminton shoes, which were really nice to use when I was during my internship. I played lots of badminton that time, and I tried using futsal shoes to play it. It's just too painful. Yeah, because there's no cushion and it's flat, but when I jump and land, it's just too painful. So yeah, that's when I started to get more into shoes for specific sports. I think university. I also got cleats for frisbee. Yeah, cause I didn't play football when I was in high school, but I kind of didn't like cleats when I was in high school. Yeah, because it felt too artificial. But after I went into frisbee, into ultimate, yeah, I just started to love cleats. But I got a bad one. I think it's one of my old videos, the Tiempo Ligera Nike. Yeah, it caused a really bad bruise in my heel part, in the soft tissue in my heel, because of the ground being too hard and I made too sharp a turn. And what happened was that the hard plastic in the sole bent into my leg. So yeah, I heard the Adidas Copa is a good cleat. So if I ever get back into ultimate, I think I would think about that. But yeah, in Malaysia it was quite hard to find good shoes. Like you would never get steel capped cleats easily, and shoes would be in like the 600 to 900 ringgit range, which is ridiculous for a Malaysian to buy. But coming to New Zealand, it opens up a whole world of purchasing power to get shoes that are not so easily accessible in Malaysia. Not just price point, but also the market availability. Like, you don't find a lot of shoes being sold in Malaysia that you find being sold in overseas, like the US or Australia or New Zealand. So yeah, I'll just walk you through my shoes and give you a short story about each of them. Hope it won't take too long. So this is the high-tech boot that my dad bought for me a long time ago. I used it to climb Mount Kinabalu a few times. Actually, I like climbing mountains in slippers when it's possible. Yeah. The sole came out, but I got it stitched up just before I came to New Zealand. I've been wearing it for a lot of field work in forestry back then. Yeah, I think my first usage of it was in my first year in university. So what's good about it is that it's waterproof. Yeah. And slightly breathable. I burned a hole in it before with embers from a fire. Yeah, and there's really a lot of layers of fabric actually that goes through this. Yeah, the metal rivet for the shoelace came out, but that doesn't matter. It still worked fine. These things are quite handy that you can just loop them over. But sometimes if I'm just wearing the shoe without tying those parts, it would catch on the other shoe and I would trip. Yeah, it happened to me a few times, tripping. But what the problem with this shoe was that I think the sole was bending upwards through its later life Yeah, so my feet, my toes, actually when I wear it for too long, it will start to hurt. Yeah, so the hurt is really weird. It hurts just at the toe tips. Yeah, weird feeling. But other than that, it's super worn in and it's comfortable for a short while. I think my favorite memory of it is using it to climb Mount Cook because it was winter that time and it was snowing. I think I wouldn't have been able to do that hike in another shoe that's not waterproof, that was designed for that was not designed for being in snow. So yeah, it's a warm boot, good to have overseas. It was useful in Malaysia too. Yeah, washed it a few times and all. But probably gonna retire it soon. And I think yeah, I'm looking into the ultra trail. Yeah, ultras. I like ultras now, really. I really like ultras because of, I'll let you know later on. This is my Teva Sandals that my dad also bought for me. Oh, so by the way, all these shoes are actually bought on sale. They were not bought at full price. Yeah, tend to find them at like warehouse sales in Malaysia. And yeah, this Teva Sandals has been with me through a lot of journeys and trips. It's quite good actually. It's quite solid. It has never ripped out really badly. The straps are still there. Only this strap broke. Yeah, but I could just sew it back if I needed to. I was looking into sandals. I was never really a sandal person actually because I didn't like how I had to have another strap at the heel. I was a very slipper person. I would wear slippers everywhere, especially Adidas. Not Adidas, Asadi. The Asadi range. Yeah, I think Joshua would know. I love Asadi slippers. They have this one model that is super comfortable. And I used it to hike Mount Kinabalu and a lot of the hikes I did. So yeah, with the Teva sandals I've ran in it before. It's not too bad. I had an aversion to sandals because I remember as a kid when I wore one, I think it hurt my skin because of the straps. So I didn't like that they were uncomfortable, but I got used to it. And with sandals, I was looking to Luna sandals, where they give you a piece of a very good rubber sole and it's just like a string that ties in a hurace style. But I've not been able to source for Luna sandals over here in New Zealand, or Xero sandals. But my Teva sandals still work, so I'm still using that. Going on to the shoes that I brought here. This Adidas Energy Boost. My brother, as I said, he bought it, but he felt it was too heavy. It was too over-engineered. Too much extra stuff inside it. You can see that there's this piece of orange plastic. It's called a torsion control system, I think. One of their fancy features of this shoe. They had the Continental rubber on it, but it's all worn out now. And it's really comfortable actually. I remember wearing them for a lot of events. And what I liked about it was that it was very flexible. But the problem is when I ran Borneo Marathon in it, I didn't train too much either actually for that. I ran too hard at one point, and I remember my feet's plantar here being super pain, like really painful. And after that I thought, yeah, running causes so much injury. Knee pain, sole of the feet pain. But I don't know whether the injury was caused by this shoe or not. Because I've used it for many things, but not for running. Yeah, it's good for running marathons. It's just heavy. Yeah, it's just really heavy. You just get really tired using it. But when Adidas just came out with the energy boost foam, it was quite a big thing because of the energy return. So yeah, the boost foam was quite interesting for this one. So those are the 3 shoes that I brought here. I left behind in Malaysia 2 shoes which I wish I brought here. My red color Nike cleats and blue color Adidas barricade, I think, that Crystal bought for me for badminton. Okay, so the 4th pair of shoe that I picked up, the first pair of shoe, my 4th pair, was actually these Doc Marts. I actually have a video about them too. Yeah. So I've seen Doc Marts in Malaysia before, the 9-hole ones. I went with Joshua for those kind of warehouse sales, and yeah, this was in the Salvation Army shop at 12 New Zealand dollars. Okay, it retails for like 200-300 New Zealand dollars over here. So $12, yeah, I must as well just get myself a pair of it. So these are the ones that are made in New Zealand. They have their own code, and this wasn't even worn out back then, but now it is. Yeah, oh, wait, there's someone calling. Later. Yeah. So yeah, I want to finish this video. Not an important call. Doc Marts, kept them real leather, really comfortable. Actually, comfortable is subjective, you know. They can be comfortable for a short while, but not long term. Can read reviews about Doc Marts. The history goes long, from the army and how the America accepted it, and it's just become a cultural icon, I think. The sole was coming out quite a few times, but I just glued it back with some shoe glue that I bought. And interesting thing about this one is that they have that piece of wood inside to give it support. That's inside. I think you can actually see it popping up a little bit here. So yeah, and it fit perfectly for my feet, size 7. So yep, this soles are still good. I have a more detailed review about those in another video. After these shoes, what did I get? I think I got I got this shipped in from US. I think I saw it on like Kickstarter or those what's that called, like crowdfunding campaign things. And it's Skinners. So Skinners, I was into barefoot running at one point, and there's one time I ran outside on the grass. My feet got thorns inside it, and it was really irritating to take out. Like the thorns were stuck inside for a long time, so I got Skinners instead, just so that I could protect my feet. Actually, the elastic is pretty crunchy now. I've not worn it for quite some time. I don't wear this a lot nowadays, because it's not meant for road running. It's yeah, the sole is just like rubber that's stuck on, but it was good. It was good for a few hikes and stuff like that. Not a big fan of it, I think, for its I'm not a person who goes for looks. I'm a very functional person for shoes, but yeah, this one just looks, I don't know, I wouldn't wear it every single day. Yeah, just like wearing socks. It's just like wearing slippers actually. Yeah. probably should use this more often. And yeah, I'm glad the size fit well. What was it? Next one I got was, oh, actually I have safety boots in the car, but safety boots, yeah, they were given by the company, steel cap and all, but yeah, that one was bad. Okay, anyway, I want to talk about this, which is like the life changer of shoes for me. Okay, Ultra. This is the whole point of this video. Coming to this, I first heard about Ultra when I watched Fight for Together, Ben and Cammy Crawford's channel, and I was like so intrigued by this zero drop idea and this white toebox idea. So when it was time to move from my Adidas shoes, because I was getting holes everywhere and really bad, I got my then girlfriend to drive together with me to find this brand Ultra in New Zealand. So yeah, they had it in Elite Fitness, and that's where I picked up this this one. There was not a big range there, and sizes are limited and the models are old, but this one was available, and so I wore it, felt it. So, yeah, feels like I could use it. So when I got it, yeah, it just changed my life of shoes to that just zero drop. The biggest change I could feel was that my calf felt a huge transition period where it was readjusting to a flat zero drop sole after being so long in traditional running shoes where the heels are so thick. And I think it's because, you know, yeah, you can watch documentaries on YouTube about shoespiracy or it's like seaspiracy or those conspiracies, right? And the white toolbox system to make the feet able to splay out. That's just a winner for me. After I wore zero drop shoes, I never want to go back to normal heeled shoes anymore. I want to try minimalist shoes. I think that's why I tried going into barefoot running, you know. Yeah, so Ultras, the ones that changed my life. I like running in them. I really feel much stronger in my running form in zero drop shoes. I definitely have less knee pain, less back pain after using zero drop shoes. I think it's because of how our feet feels the ground too. Like, you notice there's not so much padding in the heel, so it doesn't want to heel strike too hard. I tend to move to a more mid-foot to forefoot running form, so not so much of heel strikes, and I feel that's how the natural leg runs better. So yeah, but it was getting quite beat up. Yeah, I tried using it for badminton, but it doesn't work because it's too slippery, and the hard plastic in this toe box, sometimes my toe catches on it. I can feel my nail being ripped by it. Yeah. But anyway, that led me to my current go-to shoes, which is this Merrell trail glove. I think it was like 4 or 5, leather version. Yeah. So it's a UK 8.5. Yeah. And this one has not failed me. I love the grip on it. I love the leather. It is it's waterproof to a certain point. Yeah, it saved me from a few big scratches that could have happened in my work. It's really comfortable. I could stand the whole day in it and not feel painfully fatigued or uncomfortable that I would normally in my work shoes, my steel cap boots or this shoes. Yeah, you can actually stand really long in zero drop shoes, minimalist shoes. It's interesting. Yeah, the sole is Vibram. The shoelaces don't untangle as easily as my Ultra. The Ultra shoelaces untangle really easily, so I have to like double knot them all the time. And finally moving on to my last pair of shoes. This Yonex from Taobao. I think it's like it's like a AA grade replica, but it does its job. The classic hexagonal sole, in the orange color, super classic. Yeah, if you're playing badminton, I would say just get a badminton shoe before getting the racket. Cause footwork for badminton, that's what gets you in a game more than the badminton racket and the swings. So yeah, that's the review of all the shoes that I have here. Just one more pair in the car, that's all. I miss wearing flip-flops, and I want to get a work boot. There's steel cap, but also zero drop and white toe box. I think the only one out there was the Birkenstock QS 700 that I researched on. Other than that, the Ultra Trail 5 would be a good replacement for this. And also, yeah, I've seen so many shoes out there. Lems, vivobarefoot, Xero shoes, Luna sandals. They all interest me a lot. But for now, I'm very happy with the shoes that I have, especially the Merrells and the Yonex shoes. I think if I needed to junk everything and just keep just keep two for the road, those two will be the ones. Yeah, everything else, they're nice, they're fancy, aesthetics and all, but sentimental value or whatever, but they're just not as comfortable as these two for the sports. You can't play badminton in any of these other shoes. And for daily life, yeah. So that's it for the reviews of the shoes that I have. Yeah, it's pretty a lot of shoes for a guy, but yeah, they all have their own purpose, and wear them till they have holes and their sole drops. Oh yeah, I use this for skateboarding too sometimes, because the soles are so ripped off. I wouldn't wear my Merrells for the skateboards. Yeah, and I don't have Vans either, or Converse. So yep, that's it from me. Till next time, hope you enjoyed the shoe vlog. Bye.